Hi everyone. So the primary purpose of this video is to talk to you about how we should be using our PowerPoint slides in our videos and in our teaching, and specifically around what content goes on the slides and what content belongs in the notes or in our speaker's notes. So the other couple things that you can get out of this video, I am creating a screencast only. So you don't see me, you only hear me. I've chosen to do that for a couple reasons. First of all, there's kind of a lot going on the screen here, so I really want you to focus on the content on the screen. I would only do this though if I had already had some talking head videos in a class where I'd built those relationships with students. If I've done that already, then I'm more willing to do screencasts without my talking head video. If I haven't done that, I would typically throw my talking head into these screencasts. Okay, the other reason that I'm creating a screencast here, and I want to be transparent with you because I think this is going to come up for you, I'm really tired. I have done about 8 videos today for 99 tips to share with you, and I am so excited to get these out into the world, but I'm also exhausted. So I find when I get really tired, I just don't have it in me to be on camera. So in those cases, it's perfectly acceptable to do a screencast with just audio. You know, don't give up on the video just because you don't want to be on camera, okay? So it's normal for videos to tire us out and for life to tire us out, but this is a great option if you're feeling a little too tired to be on camera. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you here is how important it is to really be mindful about the content that we put on our slides, because many of you are going to use PowerPoint slides in your videos, okay? So I have kept these slides really simple, just a few words of text, and then really more focused on images. Then down here, I've used the note section of PowerPoint to put some more extensive ideas, okay? What I see happen a lot is that people take these notes, what are meant to be their speaker's notes, and they put those on their slides. And I'm laughing because it's so common and because I've done it so many times. But when you pause a minute and think about that, you realize, oh, that's really not what slides are for. Your slides are for your audience or for your students. Your speaker's notes are for you. So we've got to learn to differentiate between the two. Okay, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to go through a slideshow to show you these slides, but I just want to show you here. Again, I've got the content of the slide. This is to bring these ideas home to my students. And then I've got my speaker's notes down here. Okay. So let's go ahead and run a slideshow. And if I'm running a slideshow and doing a screencast, my students aren't going to see my speaker's notes. So I would have those printed out or written down next to me. In this slide, I would talk about how beginnings matter most. This comes from the work of Glenn Whitman, who wrote the book NeuroTeach, which is a brain-based teaching book. I really recommend it if you want to improve your teaching or learn more about how the brain works and how brains learn. So the idea here is that what we know from the field of neuroscience is that people remember most what they are introduced to first. So in the classroom, whether it's online or land-based, beginnings matter most. So front load the most important information. Really make the most of those first 5 minutes, okay? So I'm going to advance the slide here. Again, you're only seeing the slide. You're not seeing the speaker's notes. I would have those next to me. I'd be recording my screen in the video and I would have those speaker's notes separately. Those are for me. The slides are for my students. I would also talk here about how endings are what people remember next after beginnings. So in land-based classrooms, we are all guilty of using those last 5 minutes, to go over sort of housekeeping stuff. Really, those last 5 minutes should be leaving students with a powerful message about our content because they are going to remember those last 5 minutes. So don't waste your ending, okay? So you'll see there that my speaker's notes were separate from the slides. But what if I want to give my students those speaker's notes or I want to make them available to myself? So if I go up to File and I select Print, I'm going to be able to print out those notes. So in this section, I can print slides, or I want to go here and I want to select Notes. So you'll notice that I've got a slide and those speaker's notes, okay? And then you can either print that, or if you go down here, you can select the option to save that as a PDF. So if you want to share the speaker's notes with students, you could save it as a PDF and upload it into your online classroom or make it available to students in class. But you really don't want to put those speaker's notes into your slides because that's not best practice in according to how the brain learns best. Okay, so I hope you got something out of that video and it makes you think about how you want to use PowerPoint slides and speaker's notes. This is also, again, an example of a screencast, just audio. You don't see me, I'm not on camera. This is a great option in a variety of situations, particularly if you're a little bit tired. All right, thanks everyone for watching. Any questions or comments, please do let me know, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.